Hey everyone, Johnny here with OhioCannabis.com. I'm in Johnstown today at Apeks Supercritical here with the president, Andy Joseph. How are you today, Andy?
Good. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, thank you. We're here today. He had an open house. Had about 75, 80 people here today, I think, going through the facility, showing everyone the process, showing everyone the welding, how they manufacture everything. This has been since 2012 now?
So 2012 I was full-time. We actually started manufacturing back in 2001. For CO2 extraction equipment. We did a few butane and propane systems and ethanol back then, but CO2 has been our primary focus.
Okay. And I seen your growth tree of 2012. It's a thin line, and then it just expands the last couple of years, which is cool to see. You know, a hometown guy get that much growth in just the last few years.
Yeah, it's been an exciting ride. The cannabis industry has been our primary focus for the CO2 extraction equipment, and Johnstown's 5,000 people. It's a small town, but the community support from both the standpoint of the local municipality and the civic leaders, but also from an employee standpoint. We've been able to carry just a tremendous amount of traction and finding skilled manual labor, which is a lot of our workforce here locally, and without much trouble. And that's a big deal. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, you're right about that. And, you brought up a point earlier how you're working with the local schools to get guys that want to get in the trades, whether it's electrical or welding or pipe fitting. You get them hands-on. You're not, like you said, they're not just sweeping floors. They actually have the opportunity to build these machines that you guys are world-renowned for almost at this point.
Yeah, we've got so about 35 staff now. And I think 12 is the most recent count of our staff came from our local vocational school, CTEC, which is, I couldn't even begin to tell you what that stands for, but it's the Licking County's vocational program. Okay. And it's both, there's welding as the primary one, but also electrical controls. They've got a machining program that both of our machinists came out of from an adult education standpoint. Wow. So that relationship with the local vocational school has been fantastic.
That's so important. Everyone's always pushing college, and that's great. But, a vocational program where you're learning to build something and you're learning skills and you're learning how electrical works, that'll take you a lot further.
Yeah, and it's a great way to try it, right? So, if you're not sure if that's the direction you want to go, and, manual labor is maybe or maybe not, or, skilled trades or skilled craftsmanship, try it. You can always go to college later. I went to college. I started college as a freshman when I was 24 after I got out of the Navy.
Okay, nice.
And I was a much better college student as a result.
Now, so as I mentioned, we're in Johnstown, and they've decided about a year or two ago that they're going to make it a kind of a campus down here. Is that still the idea?
Yeah. So we this industrial park had four cultivation submissions, and then there were 2 processing submissions just in this little tiny industrial park.
Wow.
If you think there's only 24, 26 in the entire state, 4 of them were submitted here. Unfortunately, only one, us, Ohio Grown Therapies, got the cultivation.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But there were 2 processors, actually. So ourselves, Ohio Grown Therapies, as well as Solomon Corporation, which is literally across the street from us. We're looking forward to the partnership with those guys.
That's the thing. There's, everyone's worried about competition, but you're in a different position because you're going to service the industry, even though you're going to be a part of it. So many of these companies are going to need, your or similar type of processing equipment. This is a very specialized skill set that you guys do here.
Yeah, a lot of people are. I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people question, if you're in the processing business, then aren't you competing with your customers, right? And that's a legitimate concern. Yeah. The reason that we got into the processing business in the first place was to be able to test cannabis with the equipment that our customers are using on cannabis, right? So here in Ohio, up until hopefully in the next couple of months, we've had to use hops as kind of our test mechanism. And now with our own processing operation, we'll be able to utilize cannabis to do research and development, innovation, and really try to push the boundaries on improving the equipment's throughput and improving the quality, those kind of things. And so while yes, technically we're going to be competing with Ohio customers, at the same time our Ohio customers are going to be benefiting tremendously from the pace that's going to increase as a result of our innovation engine moving faster.
Yeah, you're right about all that. Ohio is still a small market now too, and you guys are a national and global company, I'm sure, at this point. So, that's good. It's good to hear that you guys are going to be able to still work and service the industry that way. Now, you guys are also vertical as far as licensing. You got all 3. You got cultivation, processing, and dispensaries. You had mentioned the dispensary is going to be open first in June, you said?
June 30th is dispensary operational permit day. Hopefully we'll open shortly thereafter and be able to serve the folks of Newark, Ohio.
Yeah, so that's where the dispensary is going to be in Newark, but your actual processing and cultivation is going to be here in Johnstown on the campus.
It's literally on the other side of that wall.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, there's not much to see right now. I think it's kind of just structural at this point.
It's just a shell of a building.
You're going to be hiring more people, I assume. Do you have any idea roughly for the vertical system?
We'll end up, so just the cultivation and processing operation, we'll end up with about 50 people to support that operation. The dispensary will be another 7 to maybe 10.
Okay, cool. And if anybody's looking for more information, it's apexsupercritical.com, right?
That's right, Apeks Supercritical or ohiogrowntherapies.com.
Okay, all right, yeah, you guys got information on that website now?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, we appreciate the time. We appreciate you having everyone out here. We had a great spread of food. It was very welcoming, a lot of great networking, and it was just nice to see the facility, how the machines are manufactured, the testing that they do here and everything. So once again, we appreciate everything, Andy. Yep. And we look forward to seeing you explore the rest of the industry and grow as much as possible.
Great.
All right.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks, guys.